and welcome to the second edition of Tea with Tallulah. I actually came up with the name just a few days ago, and I am joined, of course, joining me, my esteemed co-host from across the pond, the picture of refined femininity and grace. That's Tallulah Johnson. Tallulah, how you doing this morning?
I'm well, thank you. How are you?
I'm doing very, very, very well. You're looking lovely as always.
Thank you.
Absolutely. So today we are going to talk. So we came up with the name, or I came up with the name Tea with Tallulah, of course, because you're in England, and there are a lot of stereotypes about America and England that I think Brits and Americans have sort of misconstrued. Is it true that Brits drink a lot of tea, or is it just something we see on television?
No, we drink a lot of tea.
Oh, okay,
I
all
love
right,
tea.
okay.
Yeah, we love tea here.
All right, perfect. Now, one thing I notice about you is that you have beautiful teeth. And the stereotype is that Great Britain doesn't have the best dental system. Is that true, or is that just another stereotype?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people here now are kind of getting, veneers and things, but I've always thought with everyone in America, you're all blessed, like from quite a young age with really,
Yes.
really good teeth. And it
Yes,
must be
yes.
some kind of American gene.
Okay.
I had braces very young. I have
Okay.
to do all the teeth whitening, all of that. But yeah, our teeth here are no way, not even close to you guys.
Oh,
No way.
wow. So it's really a genetic thing rather than a dental system thing, in other words. So I guess the British bloodline, I guess the teeth aren't, I guess, as pretty as American teeth.
I think so because you just go to the dentist and you can get
Yeah.
all the things that you guys have done, I
Right, right,
think.
right.
But I'm definitely going to look into it for sure.
That would be fascinating. That would be fascinating to see. Of course, we see all the memes and the caricatures. Americans, we're fat and we're vain, and we die early, and we do a lot of drugs. And of course, Brits drink a lot of tea, and uh, supposedly have bad teeth. So we'll figure that out. So Tallulah, what we're going to talk about today is, can men and women be friends? And you recently did something on your Instagram and I think this might be on YouTube as well, where you're telling women, get rid of your male friends. Now, I've got an article that we're both going to take a look at from Psychology Today, but before we get to that, talk to me about your feelings in terms of females who have male friends while they're in relationships. Does that help? Does that hurt? What are your thoughts?
While they're in a relationship, I think it hurts for sure.
Okay.
I personally don't think that male friends are real. I
Okay.
personally don't think you can particularly be friends with guys without there an agenda from the other side.
Hmm.
And, you know, I, I think in a relationship, I know that most sort of dominant males, they don't particularly want other men around their woman.
That's right.
And that woman shouldn't need other men in her life, obviously, other than her father and family members, than that guy that she's actually with.
Right. Right.
Because he will
Absolutely.
probably, it's not saying that someone's partner should fulfill every need that you have, because that's not true. But the other needs that you have will probably be more emotional.
There you
They're
go.
more, you're going to feel better when you speak to a woman about that, about with your girlfriends. But
Right.
I see absolutely no use for a male friend. And I also think it's disrespectful
There you go.
to that other partner.
Absolutely.
It's disrespectful.
Yeah, I am of the same mind, and we'll go in another direction with this, but I agree with you 100%. And I think that whether a man is dominant or not, when he has a girlfriend, he doesn't want other dudes around his girl. It's just that dominant men make it an edict or a requirement of theirs. Look, and it's interesting. Before Deb and I got together, I let her know, here, these are not going to be the behaviors I tolerate. I've never said anything to her about not having male friends, and the reason for that is because the edicts I've laid down already sort of indirectly stipulates, if you going to bars, if going to clubs, if traveling alone, if being on social media, if all of those things immediately disqualify you for a relationship of consequence with me, then male friends most certainly does. And a lot of women have male friends that they have no intention of sleeping with. They have these guys in the friend zone. They're never ever going to mess with they're never ever going to mess with these guys. But there's a different dynamic there that, and don't get me wrong, just like you said, there's always an agenda. Men are never friends with women they don't want to sleep with, at least most of the time. If you ask any guy who's best friends with a woman, hey, listen, would you sleep with Sarah? Like, in an honest moment, well, yeah, of course I'd sleep with Sarah, you know what I mean? But Sarah doesn't want to sleep with me. That's the way it is most of the time. So what do you think about guys who are technically friend zoned by these women? Do you still think that's good? Do you think that's bad? Or do you think it's pretty harmless because you know there's no sexual interest on her side?
I think from the woman's point of view is that if a guy is put into the friend zone, or if he is friends with that woman, there is absolutely no interest from her.
Right.
Like, I just want to make that clear. Like, she has no interest in you. The way she acts around her male friends will be very, very different to how she acts around the male that she either wants or the male that she's in a relationship with.
Right.
So I don't see it as a good thing at all.
Okay, very good. I guess I feel the same way, but I'm not really sure, to be honest with you. Are friend zone guys really a threat to a relationship? I suppose they could be, but as of right now, I don't know. If Dev had a male best friend, I think the only thing that would make me okay with it is if he were homosexual. That's it. That's it. Dev used to have a hairdresser. His name was Travis. The guy has magic fingers. I told Dev, hey, you can go spend the night with Travis. Do whatever you want, because Travis is clearly not. Matter of fact, he actually started hitting on me at one point, which was a little bit odd, but it is what it is. Shout out to Travis. Geeky Anomaly says, be sure to check out Tallulah's latest video talking about male feminists. Yeah, that was a very good one. Mark LeBrant says, morning, listening while at work. Jay Blaze with the $2 super chat says, good to have Tallulah back. Screw male orbiters. Absolutely. Geeky Anomaly also says she's having tea. We're having coffee. Let's see. Dre Raven says, I finished my coffee, switching over to some...
Thank you.
Oh, it's all right. Switching over to some coffee, Russian Carven tea. Wow, that's interesting. Russian Carven tea. Okay, very good. Okay, so Tallulah, what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring up if you will allow me, if I would be so inclined, I'm going to bring up an article from Psychology Today, and I want to see... Oh, wait a minute. I thought I had it already up. Okay, well, it looks like I got to redo the screen share. So it's an article from Psychology Today, and it asks the question, can men and women be friends? There it is. Where's my screen share? Oh, wait a minute. Sorry about this, guys. I should have had this all prepared. There we go. Perfect. Can men and women be just friends? The underscore is problems and solutions for a potentially sexual or romantic friendship. So the key points here is it says research shows that men and women in opposite sex friendships may sometimes have very different goals and desires. Tallulah, that's exactly what you alluded to. When a man's purpose in I guess an opposite sex friendship, a man's purpose is to have sex with her. Her purpose is to get boyfriend benefits from him without actually having to sleep with him. Are you still on board with that?
Yeah, for sure. Is that I think that guys, that most of the time, when they first meet a girl and she puts them in the friend zone, it's up to them whether they still want to hang around. But once they're in the friend zone, they're not getting out of it. Like a lot of things, like out there in the media, all the films, everything. He was, waiting for me, and all of this, and like
he was there the whole time, and I never knew.
Yes, absolutely. And I never knew, that is a complete myth. I know at least in England, like once a guy is friend zone, like that's it. He's not getting out of it. And I think when you said have goals and different goals and desires, I mean, for me personally, I don't see any use for a male friend.
Right.
However, the majority of women do. They have these guys, they usually vent to these guys about the male that's left them, or about whatever. And these guys sit there and listen to it, and they're not really a male friend. They become
Right.
technically a girlfriend. And
Ooh.
I think as well that they're really agreeable with the girl in those sort of early in the early days of like a friendship developing.
Sure.
I noticed that guys are so agreeable with her. I don't know if you see that, like, oh yeah, I think that too, and oh
Yes.
yeah, like
Oh, yes.
trying to get in there with the friendship, right? And what's actually happening is actually the more disagreeable a man
Uh-huh.
actually is
Uh-huh.
with a woman is actually more
There
attractive.
you go. Because he's
It's
being honest with her. He's not afraid to disagree with her. This is where
yeah, he's
this is where guys this is why guys get caught up in the friend zone. They think that that by agreeing with her that he is going to curry favor with her, when in actuality he's not. But you hit it right on the head. And yes, the friend zone that happens here in America, once a guy's in the friend zone, there's almost no way out. There is one way. There is one way, Tallulah, out of the friend zone. That one way is time. So let's say a girl friend zones a guy when he's 22 years old, right? Or when she's 22 years old. She's got him friend zoned for a long time. At some point, he will get out of the friend zone. 15 years, 3 kids, 2 abortions, and 2 engagements later. When she has 3 kids, she's no longer sexually attractive. Then she'll turn to the guy, be like, "Oh my God, I've been looking for Mr. Right in all the wrong places. Here is Mr. Right. He's not a stepdad. He's the dad who stepped up." That's the way to get out of the friend zone. And I'll tell you something else. My ex-wife is now married to a dude she friend zoned in high school. And it's so funny because he idolized her in high school. Of course, then she was married to me and did all her other kind of stuff. And when we got divorced, I think she was like 31 or 32. Don't quote me on that. But here she is now, all these years later. I think they've known each other since they were 14. Now she's got a kid. He had 5 kids, and now they're one big happy family, and she is fucking miserable. So that's a win on my part.
wow. I'm
Yes.
just wondering, like, how like miserable like they both are in this situation.
God.
I mean, it's convenience. It
Yes.
sounds like complete convenience to people that don't want to be lonely, and that's not like any excitement or fun in a relationship. And women need that. They need
No.
excitement.
Yes.
They need fun. And it's, what Rolo always talks about. That is just beta bucks.
Yes.
It's a guy
That's
that
it.
will do anything, absolutely anything, to have a girlfriend or be accepted.
It's incredible. And you said that they're probably miserable. I know they're miserable because she texts me often. She's like, "Oh my God, Jack did this, and I can't stand his kids, and blah, 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 blah." And I actually, dude, her daughter actually texted me on her birthday. She's like, "Yo, my mom has not left the house in like 2 years." I'm like, what? Like, it's a crazy situation. Suffice it to say, I won. So the next bullet point in the Psychology Today article says, in a friendship, it's important for each person to talk about and demonstrate what they want. Tallulah, this is where the rubber meets the road. If a guy becomes friends with a girl and says, "Hey, the reason I am becoming friends with you is because I want to eventually have sex with you," at that point, the girl can't friend zone him because she now knows she has to acknowledge that he wants to sleep with her. See, the way girls get away, and you can correct me if I'm wrong here, and let me know if it happens this way across the pond as well. When a girl has a guy in the friend zone, what ends up happening is that she pretends to be ignorant of his carnal desires, right? Philip wants to sleep with you. No, he doesn't. He just likes my company. But if Philip were to ever tell her, "Okay, Lisa, I want to have sex with you," then the jig is up. She can't have him around anymore because now it's out there. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. First of all, like any relationship, and I can put friendship under the branch of a relationship.
Absolutely.
There
Absolutely.
should be like honesty, authenticity, all of those things. And already off the bat, there isn't. But yeah, I think that there's 2 things going on there that you've said. One, where you said that she's ignorant of, what's going on or what have you.
Right.
Sometimes I think women know that that's what it is and they just won't admit it. But often are the times that women are actually so blind by this and not self-aware enough
Right.
to understand what's actually going on. I mean, I've quizzed so many friends before saying, well, you said that he's your friend, he's not your friend, he's doing this, this, and this. And she's
Right.
like, no, honestly, we're just friends. And I'm like, yeah, but he's coming around when you tell him to come around. He's fixing everything at the top of the hat.
Yes.
He's hanging around with you every single chance that he gets, and he's sitting there letting you vent about your boyfriend.
There you go.
Like, if you ask this guy,
there you go.
It would. Yeah, he's gonna say yeah, and then they're like, oh yeah, actually, but then they continue to be friends.
There you go. There you go. Fresh and Fit pull this move on their guests all the time. When they ask, hey, can men and women be friends? All the girls, oh, of course they can be friends, and blah, 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 blah. My answer to that is men and women can be friends. There isn't anything that says men and women can't be friends. However, when you're talking about opposite sex relationships in terms of a male-female relationship, the only person that benefits from that relationship is the female. Because again, she's getting all of the boyfriend benefits without having to do girlfriend things, i.e. sleeping with him, right? So what Myron likes to do is the girls will say, oh my God, yeah, I've got male friends, blah, 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 blah. And they'll say, well, they all want to smash, right? No, they don't. They're just my friends. He's like, oh no? Okay, I'll tell you what. Pick up your phone and text all your male friends and say, I'm horny, where are you at? And see what happens. Instantly, it's crickets, because the girls know inherently that the reason these guys are around is for the chance to eventually sleep with them. Even when they pretend not to know, just like your friend, she pretends not to know, but deep down she knows. Women know guys want to sleep with them.
Yeah, they know. I think they know that. And yeah, they do, but I don't think they're actually consciously fully aware of it until someone quizzes them on it. And this is my argument. This is the point of my channel and probably your channel as well, is actually getting these subconscious hindbrain stuff, which we always talk about, through. Because they generally believe it. And then you're like, you tell them, oh, yeah,
oh, yeah, I guess I... And it's funny to see their reaction as well. Jay Blaze with the $5 super chat. I'll actually ask this to you, Tallulah. He says, Don, is it possible to leave the friend zone if she sees you get female attention when going out at night? So, Tallulah, think of a guy that you have had in the friend zone, right? If you saw him getting attention from attractive women like yourself, would that represent a shift in your lack of sexual attraction for him, or would he still be in the friend zone?
For me, he'd still be in the friend zone because it's already been done. It's already been done. But if your listener hasn't been friends with her, and I say friends,
right,
with her for very long, then absolutely, yeah, then he could get out of there. But my best advice to him would be to literally stop being friends with her.
There you go.
Like,
that's it.
Cut it off.
That's it.
Completely.
That's
and
it.
Literally, if you said to her, look, like, I like you, and just put it on the table, just say, I like you, I'd like to explore a relationship, or I'd like to, or, how about we just do this? Take it or leave it.
Yeah.
And she said, yeah, okay, cool, great, let's do it. Happy days. If she says, no, bye. Do not even hang around for one more minute. It's just a waste of his time.
Total waste of his time. There is a way, and like I said, there is a way out of the friend zone. And Tallulah, you just hit on it. It is time, but you have to ghost her, right? The only real way out of the friend zone without there being a decade in between, and it's going to take some time, because once a girl has you in the friend zone, that's the way she always sees you. Tallulah just told you right now, hey, listen, even if you're getting attention from other bitches, you're still in the friend zone. The only way to overcome that is to, number one, you got to go radio silent on her. Don't call her, don't text her, don't Snapchat her, don't Instagram her, don't do anything. Don't block her on anything, but don't communicate with her. The second thing you have to do, you have to improve yourself. Dude, get in shape, upgrade your station in life, become a better person. When you do these things as a natural byproduct of your newfound lifestyle, women are going to start to find you more attractive, including maybe the girl who has you friend zoned, but you cannot be proactively seeking her approval. You have to just live your life. She'll see you on Instagram, she'll see you on Facebook. Don't like her photos. Don't say, hey, Chelsea, do you see that I bought a nice new suit? Or, hey, Chelsea, I just got a raise at my job. Or, hey, Chelsea, I'm in great shape. You want no. Just live your life and trust and believe. The girl who has you in the friend zone, Chelsea, if she really wants to shoot her shot, she will shoot her shot with a DM or, hey, stranger, or, hey, what you been up to? At that point, then you have a chance. But but there's no need to try to impress a girl that put you in the friend zone in the first place. Just like Tallulah said, it's a waste of time. Anything to add to that?
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, everything you've just described to me is what's known as holding frame, right?
Yes.
And
yes.
I would say just apply that to your fake friendship or friendship, whatever you want to call it. Apply
I love it.
Right there. Is frame is everything.
Yes.
Frame is the most attractive thing to me. You know, they sort of talk about muscles, they talk about status, money, frame, all those things. Frame is the most attractive one.
Yes.
Everything that Donovan has just said is 100%. 100%. If he just doesn't contact her, just waits for her to contact him, you know, just respond to it in a, don't give her give her attention.
Yes, don't throw yourself at her, right?
Attention. If she says, hey, how are you? Yeah, I'm good. Hope you're well. End of. You know, keep moving forward moving energy.
There it is.
All times. Frame.
Devin loves that moniker, that saying that you said. She said, I really like Tallulah when she said forward moving energy. She said that's very, very attractive. Shout out to Chase LeBeau, new member of Chat Privileges. Longtime follower of mine, REI 12 figures. 12 figures? Damn. Okay. Welcome to Chat Privileges. If you would, guys, at Chase Lewis, at REI 12 figures, to welcome them to the TSR family. If you guys would, let's go ahead and do an age and location check in the chat. Age and location, for example, 44, Philadelphia. Let's go ahead and do that. 165 people watching. We have already doubled. Wow, Tallulah, we've already doubled last week's live viewership. So this is definitely, yeah, it's cool, isn't it? I love building things. I love taking something from nothing and building it up. I guess that's just kind of a male thing. So shout out to Tallulah for bringing, you bring a level of sophistication, class, and just grace. Like, I think that's probably the adjective that I can best use to describe you is you are extraordinarily graceful. And I think most people would agree with me in the chat. So thanks for adding that to the show.
Thank you. But everything that you just said, can I just pin you up on that?
Let's do it.
Where you said, I like building things from scratch, and that's just a male thing. Well, actually, there's two things going on there. That's forward moving energy again, and it's holding frame.
There you go.
It's the full energy. There we go.
I love the challenge, because I built my YouTube channel and all that, and I'd still love to go other places, but nothing gives me more satisfaction than taking just from an idea, going from just inception to reality, like the Conference of Masculine Excellence. Even though that was very challenging and very difficult, it still gave me an immense level of gratifications or a satisfaction. Okay, so now the third point here, it says nothing gained from a short-term unequal friendship will be worth the costs that eventually show up. I'm not really sure what that means. I think that's just a bunch of psychobabble. What do you think? Am I missing something there?
Yeah, nothing gained from a short-term unequal friendship will be worth the cost, and that eventually show up. I would say that cost is wasting time.
Okay, that makes sense.
And that's from both like a male side and a female side there, right? That if you continue to be friends with, say, a male, and he's not interested in you or whatever, you've basically been friend zoned by him. You're still probably not going to get out of there.
That's right.
You're just going to waste your time, more and more time, and more of your good years waiting for that person. So I think that's what it is at the cost for someone who's entering a friendship.
And I'll tell you this, the older I get, the more valuable the commodity of time becomes. When a man is young, you have all the time in the world, right? That's why we work a lot of overtime. But when you reach a certain level, even if you don't reach a certain level financially, your time, a man's time, is his most valuable asset. It's your most valuable currency. When you're wasting time chasing a woman who does not want you to, or who does not want you, think about all the time you are wasting. Think about other things you could be doing other than helping her move or opening jars or picking up heavy things because her, her deadbeat boyfriend is lazy and he doesn't really want to do that for her. Let me ask you this just as a sidebar question. The commodity of time for women, do women think of time the same way men do, or is it non-linear? Like, what are your thoughts on that?
I think they have no concept of time until they're older.
Okay.
When the reality starts to set in, that actually you've got to get a move on with your life, whether that be for some women it be having children, for some women it be getting married, for some women it be, finding a great partner. And it's in like even little things, like even getting a job. Like, I'm sorry to say, but your looks are always going to come first.
Of course. Yes.
And I worried for myself in that because, I've been a personal assistant for 20 years.
Right.
I've got a great CV doing it, but actually, the older I get, the less likely I'm going to get picked. I'm just honest about it.
Okay.
And I don't think women get this, and they are still sitting there later, like much later in life, saying, oh, I've still got time, and oh, I can still do this, or I can still have kids in like my 40s and everything.
God.
When that is just not the one, like at all. Like, I really hope that doesn't happen to, if it happens, it happens, but I hope it doesn't happen to me, at the same time. I think I don't think it's right, but they have no concept of time. But with guys, I think they sort of see quite early, because the messages are clear. You've got to level up. You've got to get your life together, all these things. And women do not, they're not sort of held accountable for that.
Okay.
At all.
Okay.
As such, I can't think of the exact word for it.
Well, I'll put it to you like this. I think what you're trying to say is that women are told that they have all the time in the world. Even if a woman is 35 years old, never been married, never had any kids, and they go on Fresh and Fit or Kevin Samuel's show, and they're like, yeah, I'd like to get married. I'd like to have a couple of kids. And it's like, sweetheart, you're 35. You should have gotten started at least 10 years ago. So I think women at modern women, they do not value time as much as we do, because women waste time just doing whatever with whoever.
And do you know what else that is? It's also entitlement. Like, again, the media tells women they can look how they look, and it's all absolutely fine.
Absolutely,
they can have this big career and be a boss girl, and that's fine, and they won't miss out on having a family or anything else in their life.
There you go.
But men are, so that's one side, right?
Okay.
But then men on the other side, much earlier in life, they're told, okay, you've got to level up, you've got to become physically strong, you've got to get your money in the bank, you need to, do all these things. And if a guy sits there and puts on weight, or any of these things, or doesn't want to work and doesn't push forward, it's very, very quickly that people start to tell him that's not okay.
Right.
Actually, you need to level up now, and this is how let's just get on with it. And that happens in, like, I'd say, like, even their teenage years or 20s. But for women, it's said you can have it all whenever you want.
Wow.
And how women become entitled, Donovan. Wow. That's how they become entitled.
That is, dude, that honestly, that rant right there, that's probably the best rant we've had on the short show so far. The world is always very quick to tell men, either directly or indirectly, hey, you're fucking up. you need to get a move on, because the world, Tallulah, is designed. See, we as men, we're judged on performance. Okay, if we don't bring any value to the world will quickly let us know what it thinks of us, and it doesn't even have to be verbal. It's just the overall lifestyle. If you don't have that forward-moving energy, guess what? People aren't going to want to work with you. People aren't going to want to hire you. You're not going to get anything done. The world is very, 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 very quick to aggressively correct men who really ain't shit. It doesn't necessarily do the same for women. Now, the world should. Now, I'm not going to cry about this. The world should absolutely let men know very quickly, hey, you're fucking up. There's no need for you to be living at home with your mom playing video games for 8 hours a day, but then you still want the hot girlfriend and all this other kind of stuff. No. The world is not designed for loser men to succeed. However, our media, the culture, movies, social media tells women, yeah, you can be. A lot of women, most pretty girls, Tallulah, in this day and age, are pretty losers. They're good-looking losers. Okay, so you look great, but you're a loser. You still, you're 25 years old, you have a useless degree, you don't make any money, you sleep around, you might have a drinking problem, you're on antidepressants, and you have 3 roommates. That is a loser, because if that is a man, the world looks at them as a loser. But what do they tell these women? No, girl, don't worry about it. You're still young, you got to find yourself, you have to figure stuff out, and you have plenty of time for that.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think, what comes into that as well is if we go back in time,
right?
If we go to the 18th century, if we go to when Henry VIII was around, and we go to what the women were wearing, or even just watch Titanic, look at the lengths women had to go to be able to guarantee a good life, money in the bank, and a partner. They had to wear corsets, they had to get skinny, they had to, they weren't ordering what they wanted to eat. The man was ordering it for them to make sure that they were protected and kept in shape.
There you go. That's right.
And people sort of see that as a bad thing. And whenever I've been out on dates or with my partner, it's always been, oh, what do you think I should have?
Right.
And I really like to see the reaction to that. And women used to have to work, and you hear on films, I think I mentioned this last time, girls, we've got officers coming around, you need to get ready, you need to, it's all about pleasing this high value guy that was going to turn up at the door. There weren't really many guys that were actually losers, and guys weren't really friend zoned back then.
Hell no.
Yeah, exactly. Guys were massively wanted.
That's right.
And now it's I have no idea what my grandmother would say, or even women from the 18th century, early 19th century would say about how awful things are now. It's just on a complete flip, and women think they're entitled to get whatever they want, and these men follow. Back then, this would never be happening.
No way, man. No way. Very, 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 very well said. Guys, follow Tallulah on Instagram at The Feminine Truth. Be sure to subscribe to her YouTube channel, The Feminine Truth. All of her links are in the description. The phone lines are open, guys. 516-387-1987, 516-387-1987. Men and women, call in. The question of the day is, can men and women be friends? Whether you agree, disagree, whatever the case may be, if you have a comment about the show, 516-387-1987. The phone lines are open right now. Cigar Man on the Sharpe stream, on the YouTube side, says, yes, men and women can be friends in kindergarten. Very, very good. Falcon Black with the 5 British pounds says, co-blimey mate. What does that mean?
Co-blimey mate. It's quite like a northern UK northern blimey mate.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, co-blimey. Okay, well, very good. We learned something new. Listen, we're trying to go international. We're trying to go international with this show. There is another really cool comment here. Let's see. Where was it? Cigar Man also says, Tallulah, Asian doll. I don't know if you know about the Asian doll situation on Fresh and Fit. She's a female influencer or rapper, and she showed up 2 hours late. Myron checked her friend. He said, hey, stop having sidebar conversations, etc., etc. and she disrespected him. Myron then said, okay, well, you can get the fuck out of here. And the girl became even more rude, even more aggressive. Then our manager jumped in. But today, the story is Myron Gaines got aggressive against a black woman, and this is why it was a shit show. But yeah, Asian Doll is clearly not you. Clearly. 516-387-1987, 516-387-1987. There's another, where was, Dre Raven on the YouTube side says, I wasted 17 years in the friend zone. Don't be that guy, gentlemen. Oh, wow. Tallulah, 17 years. What are your thoughts on that? 17 years in the friend zone.
Yeah, I mean, it's a bereavement, right?
Yes.
It's a bereavement. Like, such a loss in his time, in his energy, and everything. What a loss of his life. I mean, I'm so glad that he's on your channel and he's found you,
Yes, right.
But that kind of reminds me, and I'm sure at some point we'll talk about this. It's almost a version of what it's like to be an alpha widow.
Wow. Whoa. So a guy in the friend zone for that long is almost a version of being like an alpha widow. That makes perfect sense. I've never thought of it like that. Wow. I guess we can draw parallels between both men and women. Okay. 516-387-1987. Let us go. We got a couple of callers on the line. Let us go to Kevin in Vegas, aka Geeky Anomaly. Kevin, what's going on, brother? How you doing?
I'm doing great. Tallulah, it's an honor and a pleasure to finally talk to you. Good afternoon, right, in Britain?
Hi, really good to speak to you. When you said Kevin, I thought of that American kid from Home Alone. Kevin!
Kevin! He's like, ah!
How are you, Kevin?
I think I go by Geeky Anomaly.
Ah, gotcha.
But to answer your question, technically, yes, men and women can be friends. However, the man has everything to lose and the woman has everything to gain.
Right. Yes, that's exactly right. I've said this. Go ahead, Kevin. Go ahead.
Oh, and I can't remember. Do you remember a couple months ago, Donovan, when I asked you, should I turn a neighbor into a plate? You said no.
Right.
It will always end badly, so I didn't. But as an example, a woman moved in next door to me, and she was all by herself. She didn't have movers, a boyfriend, or anything. She was doing it all by herself.
Oh, boy.
And she asked me for help. And I said, whoa, not so fast. Let's do drinks first. I haven't heard from her since. So
there you go.
Either way, I win.
There you go. Dude, that was, hold up, I got to give you a Don DeMarco for that. That is the power move of all power moves. She said, can you help me? Woe is me, blah, 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 blah. And Geeky Anomaly said, nah, bitch, we got to do drinks first. You have not heard from her since. That lets her know right off the bat. I'm going to tell you something else here, Kevin. That lets her know right off the bat that your time is not to be wasted. You're not going to give her your attention for free. Listen, am I going to help you move? Whoa, first things first. I need to make sure that the interest is mutual. Tallulah, what are your thoughts on that? What are your thoughts on the way he handled that?
Phenomenal.
Yep.
Absolutely. Yes, Kevin. I'm so glad. And it's really like warms my heart hearing that guys are actually saying, no, you can't just call upon me and I'm not just going to jump like that. So,
right.
Obviously, from what I'm, Kevin, do you like this woman, or is it just like, what kind of feelings have you got? Sorry, I always think feelings because
zero feelings.
Can you just tell me what you think?
Looking woman that moved in next door.
Oh, so she looks good.
And that's it.
Okay.
I know nothing about her.
There you go.
That's it. Okay. Yeah, you've done the right thing. If even if you haven't heard from her, you've absolutely, what Donovan said, you've let her know, I'm not giving you attention. This is on my terms, and that is a hell of a lot more attractive than if you went round there and helped with, I don't know what it was that she wanted help with, but you've put it on the table. That's the best thing you can do. And the good thing is she can't exactly ghost you, right? Because you're next door.
Right.
You can just keep going on with your life. She's going to see you, Kevin, keep coming in and out the house. And she's going to be like, what? Like, why did he not help me? Why is he not giving me attention?
There you go.
And that is she's going to remember you, Kevin, as that neighbor. she's going to remember you as that, or like
Real
something
talk.
will happen. Or something will happen for sure. For sure.
I agree. The key to situations like this is that when you, and thanks for the call, Kevin. And I'll talk to you on Sunday for our Sunday consultation Zoom calls. The key to that particular interaction is that I can promise you, this girl has likely never had anyone tell her, hey, drinks first. She's probably used to everywhere she goes. All she has to do is ask a guy for help moving or doing something here. They don't even have to know who she is. She just asked a stranger for help, and Kevin was like, nah, man, listen, drinks first. He hasn't heard from her since. And you want to know something, Tallulah? That actually makes him more attractive to her because she's like, okay, this guy's time is valuable to him. I've never been told that before. What's different about this guy? Why was this guy able to look at me, this good-looking Vegas girl that just moved into an apartment in Las Vegas? Why was he able to tell me no? I mean, do you think that makes him more attractive?
100%. It shows that, he's a high value guy anyway. It shows he's, again, the forward moving energy. He's just getting on with his life, and it's my way or the highway. And that's the best way that a man can be.
Very good. Very good.
Best way. I understand, like, if I don't know, there was an emergency in there, the house was on fire or whatever, absolutely, you know, of course, help out anyone, right? You'd help out anyone, but not in this situation. You haven't jumped onto what she, her program. And if he had, like, it would have ended like really badly. He just would have been the helper that would just come round. He'd see what you guys in America call chads, like in and out of the apartment.
There you go.
Like, he is going to seem so mysterious and probably a lot more exciting as well.
Of course.
And this story is not over, Kevin. I really want to know what happens. You either need to let me or Donovan know for sure.
Hey, real talk, man. I need to get weekly updates on that. Yeah, I agree with you, Tallulah. If they live at Grenfell Towers, right, and the tragedy that happened at Grenfell Towers a few years back, yes. Obviously, yes, you're gonna help anybody. But if it's a non-emergency situation, you handle that exactly like Kevin did. So, listen, shout out to Kevin for that. Let us go to Mario in Europe. Mario in Europe, you're on live with Donovan and Tallulah. Can men and women be friends, yes or no?
Hey, Donovan. Good morning.
Morning.
Yeah. No, I don't agree. I'm from Romania.
Okay.
Believe it or not. So you have listeners in Romania as well.
Okay.
If you heard about this country.
Excellent.
No, I think definitely not. I mean, I as a man, and I'm 36.
Okay.
Why would I need female friends? Like, I have male friends that I can drink beer with. I can smoke a cigar. I can do whatever the heck I want with my friends. A few of them, best friends, whatever. I don't see the need to have, and I've always said it since freaking 18 years old. I don't know. But I also think that the ladies as well know this.
Yes.
Just that they kind of pretend of not knowing this. You as a female, when a male has interest on you or not. You feel it. You see it, the way he acts and so on.
Right.
So I think they're kind of faking it.
So, Mario, let me ask you this before I let you go. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Keep going.
No, please. I just had a second point that I saw, and I'm looking. I'm watching your show for some time.
Okay.
Also, some of the other folks, and I can compare, let's say, the societies from there in the States to here, what's happening in Eastern Europe.
Yes.
And the more, let's say, religious a country is, even though it's not like necessarily true, whatever religion or however we want to call it, the more archaic or religious a society is, the more. I think we're a bit restricted, and the women are a bit restricted, even though, or this polyamorous thing is not, yet happening around here, for example, which are all sorts of things that are happening there, So we're a bit more shy on these things, and I think it's a good thing, if you ask me.
I think it's a good thing too. So, Mario, so just to make sure I'm understanding you correctly, in Romania, so the more religious whatever area you are in Eastern Europe, the more conservative the girls tend to be. So in other words, the more religion is involved, the less likely they are to sleep around. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. Exactly.
Wow.
Exactly.
Now, Tallulah,
whether they're like that because they're shy or not, I don't know. But
Okay.
It is like that.
Okay, very good. Tallulah, what are your, and thank you for the call, Mario. Thank you for chiming in. Shout out to Romania. Thank you for tuning in, man. Thanks for the support.
Cheers.
Awesome, awesome. So you heard what Mario just talked about, Tallulah. He said the more religious an area in Eastern Europe tends to be, the more sexually conservative, the more sexual temperance they show. Is that the same in England, or is it the opposite like it is here in America?
It's like in America.
Okay. That's what
it's completely the opposite. Like in Romania, with what Mario was saying, you know, is first of all, I was hearing that he was 36 years old.
Right.
That's like a really, really good age for a guy to start coming into, for sure.
Oh, yes.
So this is the time that like is not for girlfriends.
Right.
Plus he's gonna be going into age, so women are going to be interested in him now, like as he's getting older. And the types of women in Romania, from what I'm aware, they're very, very graceful. They like a man to be head of the household. They really, really pull out all of the stops to please that man.
Okay.
That's what I see there, is they really, I mean, you know, weight loss, hair, makeup, you name it. These girls go all out for these guys. And they honestly, a Romanian girl, from what I'm aware, I have 2 Romanian friends actually, is all that I've seen that they want is the highest value man they can possibly get. They're not embarrassed to say that. And actually, a lot of the time, American guys, UK guys, Romanian women are also interested in. And, you know, unfortunately, a lot of it, you know, is to do with the bank balance, for sure.
Of course.
But they are still happy to look after that man. You know, they want to take care of people. They're massively family orientated. They usually have like quite a big batch of children, which is just such a beautiful thing. And yeah, I was literally saying to my friend Mario the other day that I wanted to visit Romania and even think about, you know, possibly moving if that was the case out there. So
wow.
I think I better in that culture for sure.
Listen, a really good friend of mine, his name is Andrew Tate. You may have heard of him. He's an American guy from Indiana, but he's a 4-time kickboxing world champion. He's worth $30 million. He's living the dream. He lives in Romania, but I've never heard him talk about Romanian women. I just figured, well, because it's Eastern Europe, and don't get me wrong, man, Eastern Europe has quality women, but even that area is starting to become corrupted by feminism, right? But to hear Mario talk about Romanian women like that might actually be why Cobra Tate lives out in Romania. And you're telling me that your Romanian friends have a very sexually temperate sort of attitude about things. Hey, I'm a woman, I want a high value guy, and I'm going to pull out all the stops to get it. Now I know that Romania is not a very rich country. They're not a first world country. They're not a third world country. Maybe they're a second world country. And I remember Andrew Tate said this on the Fresh and Fit podcast. The poorer a country is, the more the genders adhere to traditional gender roles. Only in first world countries like the United States, Great Britain, Australia, Canada, only in first world countries where women are afforded the luxury to be able to walk down the street and not have to worry about being groped or E-part or anything like that. That's where we get all of this I don't need a man and all of this feminism stuff. What are your thoughts on Romania as a country? Do you think that their economic status factors into their women being conservative, or do you think it's something else?
Both.
Okay.
I would say the economic status for sure, and that's just speaking from a woman's intuition and, you know, needing to be safe and nurtured and all of those things, you know, with regards to being able to have a roof over your head for sure.
Right.
But I would say that, you know, it is massively the culture, you know, that they would have been learning from their mums, learning from their grandmothers, who often, the majority of the time, are with high value guys.
Right.
And they're with these high value guys, but they're pleasing him. That's the difference, is they want to please the guy. They don't want to say, I don't need you, because they do. That's the thing in Romania. The women are quite aware, actually, I do. And I'm sure that if things changed if things in the US changed or in the UK changed in regards to the economic status, then I think things would take a bit of a shift for sure.
I
It's
totally
quite
agree.
like feminism is like a really elite ideology for sure.
Of course. Feminism cannot exist in third world countries. It's just not, it's not economically possible. Falcon Black with another 5 British pounds says, LOL, salute to Tallulah and Sharpe, UK lingo, very good. Mark LeBrant with the $5 super chat. And by the way, we've got Neil in New Jersey coming up. Right after Neil in New Jersey on the phone lines, we'll go to Jay Blaze in Maine. So Neil in New Jersey and Jay Blaze, hold on the line. We're going to get to you guys here shortly. Mark LeBrant with the $5 super chat says, when a girl says in the beginning of the relationship that she wants to start as friends, is this an instant friend zone? Tallulah, what is your answer?
Yeah, it's an instant friend zone.
Absolutely. Absolutely. If a woman is interested in you, she will make that very evident, both directly and indirectly. So, because here's the thing, of all of the women I've slept with and been in relationships with, none of them told me they ever wanted to start off as friends. The girls that told me that they wanted to start off as friends were before I found this community when I was unattractive. Well, I want to take things slow. Translation, I'm not attracted to you. Well, I think we need to become friends first. Translation, I'm not attracted to you. So the answer to that is an emphatic yes. That's just her way of trying to rob you of your time. I just want to start off as friends. No, she wants to see how much time she can suck out of you without giving you the relationship as she can before you finally wise up and catch on. Do you agree or disagree, Tallulah?
Yeah, agree. And she probably might not have other guys or other options, guys as options around, so she wants attention.
There you go. Wow, there you go. Attention, absolutely. Okay, let's head back to the phone lines. Let us go to Neil in New Jersey. Neil in New Jersey, you are on live with Tallulah and Donovan. Can men and women be friends? Yes or no?
No, Donovan. And first I want to say Happy New Year to you, Tallulah, and Devin.
Good, thank you. Happy New Year to you.
Had a great New Year.
Absolutely.
And have a blessed New Year. Be safe. Watch out for the stupid Rona. It's just goddamn.
You are not
every day
kidding.
now.
Yeah, right?
So, yeah, I know. So the thing is with being platonic friends, no. So you can't do that. A woman's going to get the attention out of that and all the resources she's going to get, whether he's driving her someplace or giving her dinner. He ain't going to get anything. Well, the problem with him is in his section is he's only sticking around because he thinks there's a hope where her current boyfriend or whoever she's with is going to fuck up or have an argument, and she comes to him after 15 years, after 20 years, after 10 years, and 5 years. You know what I mean? And that's just what it is. There's no benefit to a man. Like, I understand this is a collaboration, right?
Okay.
That's business. Like
Right.
you're doing right now.
Right,
That's
of course.
a whole different category.
Right, of
in
course.
itself.
Right, and we're
But
both
when you
benefiting
have
from this.
platonic, what the hell is a man getting out of it?
Yeah, absolutely nothing. Tallulah, listen, Neil makes an excellent point. I consider you to be a friend of mine because, of course, we have this podcast together. There's no sexual interest on either side. Us coming together, this is a mutually beneficial symbiotic relationship. Other than that, other than real business, and even still, Tallulah, some guys go into business with women they want to sleep with. Thanks for the call, Neil in New Jersey. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about that for a second, Tallulah. Men going into business.
Thank you.
Oh, sorry, cut you off early. Sorry about that. Let's talk about that, Tallulah. Let's talk about men going into business with women they want to sleep with. They'll say, well, listen, I don't care if I'm in the friend zone. This is strictly a business relationship. What are some of the dangers that you can think of right off the bat?
In a business relationship, gosh. I don't know. I just think he's investing like it'd be like double as bad as being just a friend.
Right. Because now there's money involved.
Yeah, right.
Oh
He's like
God.
the money. The money is, now he's investing money into it. And she, women can get, the unfortunate truth of it is that women can get a job wherever and whenever.
Of course.
So they'll just leave anyway if anything was to happen there. But absolutely, yeah, you're just investing more time, more money into someone and you're trying to bring them in like closer to you, but you're actually just pushing them further and further away.
I cannot think of a worse situation than being friend zoned by a woman that you have gone into. Listen, you shouldn't, guys. Oh my God. I just can't even. There are so many things that could go horribly wrong. And as a man, you're not making sound business decisions. You're making decisions based on what you want from her. This is why they say, guys, never, ever, ever mix business with pleasure, especially if there's not even going to be any pleasure on your end. So thanks to Neil in New Jersey with a very, very good call. Let us go now. Wow, we got a lot of callers here. Let's go to Jay Blaze in Maine. Jay Blaze in Maine, you're on live with Donovan and Tallulah. Can men and women be friends, yes or no?
If it's mutually beneficial, like if you can use her in, like, say you're going out at night and using her for, like, social proof to...
Bingo. There you go.
You know, exactly.
Absolutely. I've actually recommended this before. And Tallulah, I want to get your thoughts on this while we have Jay Blaze on the line. So I have suggested that in order to get one of the clever ways to get out of the friend zone is tell the girl who is friends, hey, let's go out tonight. Of course she's not gonna say no. You know, free drinks, whatever the case may be. When people see you with her, if she is attractive, and as long, you have to play it the right way. You can't give her that boyfriend attention. You can't how can I put this? You can't treat her like a girlfriend, but you have to maintain that masculine frame. If you're going out with a girl that is friends on you, a clever way to maybe get out is to use her as social proof. Flirt with women around you. You want to know why? Because women who are around you are going to flirt with you because you're with a pretty girl. What are your thoughts on that? If you were ever in that situation, a guy that is friend zoned, or a guy that you have friend zoned, he says, "Hey, Tallulah, let's go out for for a couple of drinks or whatever." He takes you out, and he's got 2 or 3 girls kind of circling, kind of looking at him because he's with you, an attractive woman. He starts flirting with them. What are you thinking in your mind? Does that at that point potentially take him out of the friend zone, or are you like, no, look, still, I friend zoned you for a reason. It is what it is.
For me personally, if I friend zone someone, I friend zone someone.
Yeah, yep.
Like
once you're there, it's hard to get out.
Yeah, I would say, absolutely just don't bother at all. No.
Okay, all right.
No.
That seems pretty cut and dried.
You could, if it's sort of early days of you knowing this girl.
Bingo. That's it.
The early days, don't let this be like,
there you go.
I don't know. Don't even let it be a few months, like early times, like the first sort of couple of weeks of knowing each other, maybe a month.
Bingo.
And then just say, look, like, should we go out? And then just be like, oh, like when you go out, there's some nice girls around here.
Yes.
Like you could just be my wing woman.
Yes.
And just like dash away, and do not give her any attention.
There you go.
And quite honestly, don't even buy her drinks.
I love it. You're in the friend zone.
Yeah, you don't buy a woman drinks unless you're on a date with her, or unless it's unless you're together.
Okay. Guys, that was next level game. Step 1, the way to get out of if you're going to get out of the friend zone, you got to do it early. You can't allow a girl to friend zone you for 3 months and then try to pull this off. So if a girl you're interested in says, okay, well, I'd like to just start off as friends. Hey, no problem. I'd like to start things slow too. Just like Tallulah said, hey, let's go out for some drinks. Don't even buy her a drink. Make comments about other girls because she wants to start off as friends. Like, wow, what do you think of that blonde over there? Whoa, that brunette looks good. Dude, you look almost as good as she does, to be honest with you. Do you think I should go talk to her? Flirt with girls, talk about other girls in her presence, and you will notice, so long as it's early, a funny thing will start to happen. Every girl that you're interested in, the girl that has friend zoned you will find reasons. Oh, no, you don't want to. No, she looks like a slag, or, she looks like she sleeps around, or nah, her butt is too big, or whatever. All of a sudden now she's disqualifying everyone and qualifying to you. But this has to happen early. I did not think of that before. Tallulah, you nailed it. Jay Blaze, I'll give you the last word.
There's one more thing.
Wait until she goes to the bathroom and then start flirting.
No, you flirt with girls while she's there. You flirt with girls. Don't wait till she goes to the bathroom.
Yeah.
Flirt with girls. Yeah. Flirt with girls watching. Hey, what do you think of that redhead? You know what? I'm going to go talk to that redhead. I'm going to go approach her. Regardless of what happens, she sees that you're.
Bad boy vibe.
There you go, man. It doesn't even have to be a bad boy vibe. Go ahead, Tallulah. You had one more point?
Yeah, I have one more point. It just like, and like, if there's any women watching this, might come across quite harsh, but they'll know it's true.
Okay.
Is that actually, if you point out all the looks that those other women have that she does not have, and it is not possible for her to have,
Oh, yes.
You can take it to another level. Like if she's a brunette and like, I don't know, like a brunette like me, slightly olive skin, we can't have blonde hair. Okay, that's just the unfortunate truth of it.
Right.
We can't.
Right.
You've got to be, oh look, she's blonde. Oh, she's this, that, the other. Pick out those differences, and you might get results that way.
Dude, that is next level game. So let's just say a girl who has friend zoned you has large breasts, right? Pick out girls. Ooh, you know what? I like the size of her boobs. They're not too big and not too small. All of a sudden now she's going to be self-conscious. Wait a minute, are my boobs too big? Or just like you said, you've got brunette and you're an olive skin. Oh my God, dude, I absolutely love blondes. Don't be surprised if she shows up blonde one day. This is fire. Dude, this is fire game. I didn't even think about that. Point out things about other women that the girl who has friend zoned you does not have. If the girl you're with has brown eyes, ooh, I love girls with blue eyes. If the girl you're with is tall, oh my God, dude, I love short girls. If the girl you're with is skinny and not curvy, oh wow, she's got curves. It triggers something in a woman's mind to make her want to qualify to you because you're showing attraction towards other women that are not her. Next level game, Tallulah. Wow. Jay Blaze, I give you the last word, man. Holy moly.
Hey, thank you very much, and glad to have you aboard Tallulah for these conversations.
Absolutely. Thank you very, very much, Jay Blaze. Dude, that was next level game, Tallulah. Holy moly, she's killing it. She's killing it. I didn't even think of that. Wow, dude, listen, man, I've been in the game for years, and I've talked about how to get out of the friend zone, pointing out things about other women that the girl who has friend zoned you doesn't have. Oh my God, that is straight savage. That is savage. I'm definitely going to cut that and put that back up on YouTube. I think we had another super chat here. Neil Ray with the $5 super chat. This is Neil in New Jersey. Thanks for taking my call, Donovan. Going into business relationship with a woman with sexual interest is like crapping where you eat. It is very dangerous. Hell yes. Oh my God, that is very, 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 very. Go ahead.
Can I comment on it?
Do it.
It's not only. Yeah, it's not only giving your time and resources to this woman that you want to get close to, but what Neil has brought up there, and he might be on the same wavelength as me, is actually that is really dangerous.
Yes.
Because it is the norm in England, especially, that if a guy was just to say to her, like, they're working together, and just to say to her, oh, do you know what? Do you want to go and get a drink sometime? It is so easy for that woman to place something bigger on that situation. And next minute, in the HR office.
Oh, wow. Yes. Oh my God. Or she'll sue him, even if it's his business. She'll sue him for harassment. She'll go to the big HR. Yeah. Never, ever, ever mix business with pleasure. Holy smokes. Okay, last caller of the day. Let us go to Mojo in Tennessee. Mojo in Tennessee, you're on live with Donovan and Tallulah. Can men and women be friends? Yes or no?
Hell no.
Okay.
But first of all, man, thank you for turning me on to Kevin Samuels. Thank you for turning me on to Fresh and Finn. Thank you for turning me on to Tallulah. Tallulah, I've subscribed and hit the bell. I really appreciate the work you guys do. But no, hell no. I wish my wife would tell me she has a male friend at work or online or something like that. Get the hell out of here.
Dude, to hell with that.
Look, basic situation, you know good and well, men are not trying to be trying to have friends who are female for anything less than sex. Right. They're willing to stay in the friend zone forever to attempt to get it one day. You guys have pointed it out. But aside from that, no, just let's just cut it straight. Hell no.
Hell no. Mojo in Tennessee, thanks for the call, man. I appreciate it. Thanks for the support.
Hey, appreciate you, brothers.
Yes, sir. Mojo in Tennessee told us straight up, hell to the no. I agree with him 100%. And Mojo's from Tennessee. He's from the South. Yeah. Guys in the South are very, very, very territorial. Tallulah, we knocked it out of the park again today. What a show. 273 people watching. We have almost quadrupled the number of live viewers that we had from last week. We gave rock solid advice. You actually taught me something about game today. That never happens from dude. I'm still blown away by that. I'm still blown away. I might actually have to put that in a course somewhere because that was some next level type shit. Tallulah, tell the people where they can find you, your social media, your YouTube.
Sure. Thanks for having me, Donovan. It's been a great conversation.
Absolutely.
So my YouTube is The Feminine Truth. And that's where you can find my channel and all my content. And the Instagram is The Feminine Truth, which I do a daily update on. And it'd be good to see you there, and good to hear all of you as well.
Absolutely. Thank you guys for calling in. Thank you. I need to start making a list. Thank you to Neil, Geeky Anomaly, Mojo in Tennessee, Jay Blaze, and if I'm missing the other guy, Mario in Romania. Thank you very much. Yeah, Devin is putting Tallulah's links in the chat. Neil on the YouTube side says you can catch a sexual harassment case. Yeah, she can take you to court for sexual harassment even if it's his business. Street Fighter 88 says this is game. Absolutely. Now, Wintrell says, really, that is so much work / mental gymnastics for the guy. I agree, and it shouldn't be this difficult to gain the attraction of women, but that's what's necessary. That's what's necessary. Geeky Anomaly says, why are you upset? You said we were just friends. I love it. Neil Ray also says, definitely next level game. A woman spitting game. Holy damn. Yeah, that is. Wow. Geeky Anomaly says, clip that, put that on World Star. That would be. Tallulah Johnson goes live on World Star Hip Hop. That would be one hell of a headline. Tallulah, thank you again for a rock solid show. We're gonna do this every Thursday at this time. We are also, and I am going to make that spreadsheet. I'm actually going to make the spreadsheet a shared spreadsheet so you and I can exchange ideas and talk about what we're going to talk about. Guys, go subscribe to Tallulah's channel. Follow her on Instagram. That is going to do it for this edition of Tea